Hi guys, I hope you're well. It's currently Sunday the 14th of September 2025 and welcome to week 505 of my weight loss journey. In last week's video we all saw I had a loss of 1 pound or 0.5 kilogram, which saw my body mass index go from 54.8 down to 54.7. Just like I always do, I'm going to start the proceedings off by reviewing my calorie consumption for the past week, which you can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,631 compared to the previous week at 2,443. So there's a quite obvious jump upwards above my 2,500 calories average for the week. As I mentioned in last week's video, I was on a business trip for 4 days. It's basically hotel meals and obviously lunch provided at the venue as well. So what have I been eating this past week? Well, I made the most of a full English breakfast each morning. That's how I started my day, which comprised of either a fried egg or scrambled egg, some baked beans, some hash browns, some mini hash browns. I had 3 of them. 3 sausages, some mushrooms, some tomatoes, and some bacon. 3 rashers of bacon. And that was my English breakfast. That's what I had each morning for 4 days. And it was a nice change, I'm going to be honest, compared to the normal muesli that I'm usually eating each morning. For my lunch, what I was having, it was either a chicken Caesar salad, or they also threw on a little buffet as well. So that could have been, again, chicken, broccoli, a vegetable lasagna with a side salad. So there's a mix of things. So if it wasn't a chicken Caesar salad, it was a bit of the buffet. And again, selecting relatively healthy food. Okay, so I wasn't being silly. Throughout the day though, there were the occasion of biscuit that was offered, and okay, I did take the occasional biscuit. In the evening meals, predominantly, for a starter, I had tomato soup, with the occasion one day where I add some garlic mushrooms, which is basically some mushrooms in breadcrumbs, which would be probably deep fried, but with a dip. So that was nice. The tomato soup was nice. Or I had a dessert instead of a starter, and the dessert would have been, I only did it once, which was a fruit salad. So I had the choice between a starter and a main or a dessert. So the main meals which I was mainly having was the beef burger. The salad that was on the menu, there was only one of them. It was just a plain salad, lettuce, tomato, sweet corn, onion, and a bit of cucumber. That was it. And that was £13. And yeah, if you wanted to add a chicken breast to that, that was an extra £3, which wasn't part of the meal deal, surprisingly. So to eat healthy costs you a lot more. And so adding a chicken breast wasn't part of that meal offer. But the unhealthy stuff, the burgers, fish and chips, pizzas, everything, which cost like £18, £16, £18, which was still more expensive than the chicken salad, but there was no extra fees for the unhealthy stuff. Funny that, isn't it? So, yeah. So I mainly had burgers for 3 out of the 4 evenings, where on one occasion I did actually have the chicken salad, which I actually paid extra for. Yeah, it's weird how eating healthy costs more, isn't it? So that's pretty much the food that I've been consuming. Drink-wise, it was either orange juice, apple juice. It was mainly water, if I'm being honest, and with my evening meal I had a Coke Zero. So drink-wise was relatively healthy, good choices, but my food choices throughout the week hasn't been great. So that's for food. Obviously, as I've mentioned, within that, my fluid consumption hasn't been great either. That's seen a significant reduction to 2,500 millilitres as an average for the week. I'm not surprised by this result at all. I say you're in a venue, yeah, okay, you're getting still waters available to you, and there's only so much of that one can drink whilst doing all the other activities as well. So that's that. My activity levels, well, my step count for the past week has been 5,206 as an average, compared to the previous week at 5,178. So it's seen an increase, a small one, and I wasn't expecting huge miracles in this area as well. There's been a lot of sitting at desks and obviously driving about as well. So yeah, not much walking, but at least it's a small increase. As we all know, every 5 weeks I like to retake my body measurements to see if I've made any improvements in that area as well. So without further ado, here are my latest results. Out of the 14 body measurements which I monitor, I've not seen any reductions or increases across any of those. Therefore, in the 505 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've seen a combined body measurement reduction across all 14 body measurements of 117.7 inches, which is 299 centimeters. It's that time of the week where we all get to see my latest weighing results, so here it is guys, here's my weighing. I weigh 188 kilograms, which is 414.5 pounds, or 29 stone 8.5 pounds. This means in the past week I've seen a gain of 2 pounds, or 0.9 kilogram. But if I compare this result to the result I obtained at Slimming World, you can see this right here. At Slimming World this week I also saw a gain of 2 pounds, or 0.9 kilogram. Based on this week's weight gain, it sees my body mass index go from 54.7 up to 54.9. And if with my third weight loss target, last week it was minus 16.1% complete, and after the gain it goes down to minus 19% complete. So in the 505 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total 126.7 pounds, which is 57.5 kilograms, or 9 stone, 0.7 pound. Next week, as far as I'm aware, there is no business trips planned. So it's a regular routine week. So that means back to my tuna salads for lunch and evening meal. So yes, I know it's tedious and boring, but it's easy to make, quick to make, and less messing about. And that's typically what I like about preparing food. Is I don't like spending huge amounts of time preparing my meals. So I like to, if I can, batch cook or prepare in batches the best I can to save time and effort throughout the week. Because I don't feel like cooking once I've got back from work. I'm sure you can all relate to that. So yeah, it's going to be about tuna salads predominantly throughout the week. If it's not tuna, it'll be chicken or ham. You get the gist. So yeah, ultimately, I'm wanting to see a loss next week. Don't care what that figure is at this point, as long as it's a loss. Hopefully I'll achieve that. But other than that guys, that's it. That's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along my weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.